everybody, so new review for you guys today. We're talking about the sequel to Maleficent, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. To be completely honest, I wasn't the biggest fan of the first Maleficent film. Like, it was okay, but I figured it was a one and done kind of thing. But it did fairly well, so we're getting the next installment in the franchise. In this installment, Maleficent and Aurora begin questioning the complex family ties that bind them as they're pushed and pulled in different directions by impeding nuptials, unexpected allies, and dark new forces at play. Mistress of Evil is a sequel, but I feel like you don't really have to watch the first Maleficent to understand what's going on in this one. They unfortunately kind of threw out a lot of the development of her character in the first film, kind of making everybody dislike her again just for the sake of the plot. A lot of the film actually feels like a retread of the first film, going through very similar plot threads, and it's just really unfortunate. I feel like if you like the first film, though, you're going to like this film as well, because they are very similar in many ways. The majority of the main performances were fine. Angelina Jolie, once again, is great as Maleficent. You can really tell she cares about the character and puts her all into it. Aurora, played by Ella Fanning, I think she gets more of an expanded role in this one, and she does good with the material she's given. Both of them have a really great chemistry that does make this film at least watchable in some regards. The new Prince Philip, however, because they had to recast the role because Brendan Thwaites couldn't return because he's busy with filming Titans, really wasn't that great. He almost has absolutely no personality, and it really just, I can't buy him loving Aurora at all in this film because he just really plays the character stiff. And Michelle Pfeiffer is our antagonist. She's a great actress, but she just has a very stereotypical motivation for trying to get back at Maleficent. It's just a very bland role for her. I feel like she could have done a lot more with this role if really given the opportunity. It's just unfortunate that those two have so much screen time in this film, and they're just really not that great. Chiwetel Ejiofor and Ed Skrein are in the film, as well as other dark fae similar to Maleficent, and they're really not fleshed out very well. Neither of their performances were bad, but it pretty much boils down to one of them is good and wants to be peaceful, and the other wants to go to war with the humans. And that's really like their only personality trait. That's their only dynamic in the entire runtime of the film. A lot of the stuff with the Dark Fae and them explaining their backstory and where they came from and telling Maleficent about it really kind of bogged down the film for me, because a lot of their stuff really just, I didn't find very interesting. It really just got kind of boring after a while, all of their expositional dialogue. I really just don't see why all of that was needed. I guess maybe it was just show us more of her backstory, because that means we get more expanded stuff with her character in these Maleficent films compared to Sleeping Beauty. But for me, I wasn't that interested. They get one really awesome action scene, though, with all of them, but by the time that action scene rolls around during the film, I was kind of checked out by then. Something I also found kind of weird was how out of place a lot of the humor was. Like, the film wasn't really good with its comedic timing. The plot and tone of the film overall is pretty all over the place, but the humor itself just felt like the most out of nowhere, like, with the jokes, because they were just come out of nowhere. I mean, some of them were okay, like, they did get a chuckle out of me, but a lot of them were just like, why are we having a comedic moment during all of this? Because it was a very serious moment, and it just was ruined with the jokes. But yeah, overall, I found myself being pretty disappointed with the film. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Maleficent anyways, but I tried to give this a chance. I figured maybe with the sequel, they'll improve on everything, but it really just felt like a more bland retread of the first film. I don't know if they're going to make another one of these. I mean, I'm not really excited if they do. I figured they would have a lot of faith in this and how well it was going to do because of how far up they pushed the film, because the film was originally supposed to come out in May of next year, and then they pushed it all the way up to October of this year. So I figured they had a lot of faith in it, or something along those lines, but who knows. Either way, I wasn't a big fan of it. I'd probably give it maybe like a 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, if you're going to ask me for my actual rating of it. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below, what did you think of the film when you check it out? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you a fan of this one more, or do you like the first Maleficent more, or just the original Sleeping Beauty? Because I think the original Sleeping Beauty is probably the best of the three. As always, thank you so much for checking my review for the film. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a like, hit that subscribe button if you'll keep it my reviews, channel reactions, unboxings, and more. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.